Everybody, and welcome to another Binary Ninja live stream. Easy for me to say. I'm Jordan, and I'm tired. I got a headache, so we'll see how this goes. Word of warning: this one may actually end up being a little shorter than normal, but it's good to be here, everybody. It's always nice to kind of end the week out with the live stream. I do like hanging out with everybody, so a little word of encouragement in chat would go a long way if you're here and you appreciate it. But today with me, who I appreciate is we have, let's see if this works. Yay, we've got a Kyle. A wild Kyle appears.
Hello.
Welcome. So Kyle will be my co-pilot today on stream. Thank you, Corey. Um, and we'll get back to the. I'll actually out here. I'm gonna let Kyle go off stream for a second, just because he's prepping for our next phase. But Kyle's gonna be helping out with the kind of like the main meat of this week's stream, which is we're gonna be working with the DebugInfo APIs, which we've talked about, and converting a little guest snippet into something. That's right. That's exactly right. You gotta push through mechanic null. We're gonna get something converted to work with these new APIs. We've showed them off a little bit or talked about how they work, but actually doing something with it should be fun. We've got our news and we've got our Energy Basics. So let's check out the news, first of all, of the week. Not a whole lot of closed issues. There was like only six closed issues, although I realized the biggest thing that happened in the last 2 weeks is not actually on the list of issues, which is that the latest Binary Ninja dev, which that reminds me, where is my Binary Ninja dev? I need to update mine. The very latest dev has the new Python 3.0 refactor. Brinley, that says a lot. The fact that you're up at 7, it's good to have you here. That makes me honestly legit feel good about this. So thank you. I'm glad to have you here. And of course, for everybody watching it later too. Thank you for coming and checking this out. So yeah, the Python 3.0 API refactor has landed. There's a couple of bugs, a little bit of bugs so far. There's definitely things we're gonna be working on. I don't know if it's a time zone. Like it's 5 p.m. is normal. We did do a 7 p.m. Eastern time 2 weeks ago, which was bad for our European friends because it was even later in the middle of the night for them. But that was because Shusheng joined us and we talked about the Grain RE challenge that he won, which also I need to remember that, as well as one of our other blogs that we need to talk about. So. Grabbing the 3.0 update, we'll let that go. We've already shown that off on stream, so I think nothing new. I don't think has there... Wait, there was a daylight savings time, wasn't there? Do you remember, Kyle? Was there a daylight savings time?
No, it hasn't happened yet.
Isn't it? Is it coming up? I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm bad at this. Oh yeah, by the way, you're on stream. I don't know if you noticed. I have little you. I can hide you if you want. Here. I'll hide Kyle so he can...
Daylight savings is November 7th.
Okay, so not daylight savings time. Yeah, I think it's been 5 p.m. for a little while. So we'll look a little bit about 3.0 when that finishes updating. There was also some changes to the settings, just kind of some cosmetic stuff, the way that those are rendered. But let's first just talk about, there's actually been a number of cool blog posts that landed in the last couple of weeks. So of course, one of them we got to highlight as our very own Shusheng, who, again, if you saw it on stream, I already talked through a lot of this stuff, but just a lot more details as to how he solved one of his challenges. A lot of good info out there. It's very kind of detailed. Although he said he didn't want to write too much because he doesn't want to get too much competition next year. If other people join, it would be harder for him to win the grand prize again. So that's on binary.ninja/blog. The next blog I wanted to highlight was there was actually two core CTF blog posts about Binary Ninja, and I missed I think talking about them earlier. One is a lot of fun. It's honestly something I'm a little jealous of. I've not done enough with Binary Ninja architectures. I really want to, like, one of these little like VM challenges that comes out. I want to get some time to actually make a Binary Ninja architecture module for it, right? And then you can actually get high-level IL decompilation on the VM itself. And so there's a nice write-up here explaining about, like, oh, look, this is a virtual machine. Here's the different handlers, and showing them as they're being reversed. But then also building up an actual custom architecture and then analyzing the VM calls, right? So the nice thing is you can have multiple architectures in the same binary view in Binary Ninja. And so if you've got an emulator and you've got x86 code, then the binary view itself has got x86 or x64, but then parsers of data are actually just VM opcodes, and you can implement this other virtual machine and then create functions at those points as well. So, ooh, that's a good idea, Glenn. Yeah. Yeah, and again, this was a CTF challenge, but there's all sorts of virtual machine based obfuscation engines, or there's embedded Lua. There's all sorts of little things where there are like embedded opcodes, compiled Python with the built-in interpreter. There's all sorts of stuff where you've got like a mixture of architectures in the binary, and so Tor, that's a good idea. We should um, it's not a bad one. We can There's lots of real world stuff that use that. So anyways, you can actually see, again, you actually get some useful results. And this is, again, I think the best like example of how Binja helps is that you can make this architecture module, and now you've got all of our data flow, right? So all these values, like there's XOR on these constant values being done in the VM. Binja's like, no problem. I got, the static data flow system can just handle that. And so it's really clean. You get like these annotations for what the results are. And it looks pretty nice. Like you actually get, again, kind of decompilation at that higher level VM. So that's pretty. You actually can tell too, just because like the uppercase letters of the virtual machine architecture, I think. A good way to tell whether you're in the virtual one or like the native x86, I think. I don't know, it's hard to tell. So anyway, it's a great blog post. The other one that came out of Core CTF is this one here as well. And this one I liked a lot because somebody just recently even asked in the Binary Ninja Slack, they're like, is the debugger scriptable? And the answer is yes, the debugger is scriptable. And in fact, here in this blog post, it's a really nice solution script where they did their analysis in a mixture of Binja, in Anger, and then in the Binja debugger, kind of all together to build like this payload that would solve this exploit. But it did it like on the fly. So it's actually like opening Binary Ninja, using it to pull out symbols and features and offsets and addresses, and then using that with the debugger, using that with Anger to find a path. So it's a really nice write up of, and the entry level explanation is like the challenge is not hard. You could just sort of do it by hand, but like it's a neat story of how you would integrate these tools together. And I agree. I think it was a nice write up. And in fact, they won a free license for Binary Ninja, as we occasionally sponsor CTFs and write ups that use Binary Ninja or even Binary Ninja Cloud. That's the key trick, because this person even mentioned, they're like, I won a free license, but I had to use Binja to get it. You don't have to have a commercial license. You can have a cloud license, so you can do it that way. Last but not least is ZDI. So Zero Day Initiative has another Binary Ninja blog post just in the last couple. Actually, this one came out like yesterday. Yeah, so this one's really fresh. I have not even had a chance to read this. In fact, it even mentioned something called stack clashing, which I guess I have not even seen before, from a Qualys paper. Qualys is also a fantastic blog, of course. Folks should be very familiar with a lot of the stuff that they put out. They have a lot of really good stuff that they post. But then this is somebody who's, there's some bindiff, going on there, you can see, and then they're using Binary Ninja, and more importantly, using the the data flow system of Binary Ninja. Really, that is an excellent idea, and I can absolutely link to these. So if you are not already in the Binary Ninja Slack, you should join it. And there is actually a streams channel in the Slack, and I will post right now these blog posts there, so that folks have all of the URLs that I'm talking about. And the last one is the Binja blog, which I think is pretty easy to find, but let's put them all there anyways. So yeah, there we go. So, and also if you want to give me feedback off stream where it's not saved for posterity or snark at me, you can do it in the Binja Slack channel. I don't always, but I usually have it up while I'm streaming too, and try to watch that. Thank you, Brilliant. That was a good suggestion. So those are the blog posts of the last couple of weeks. I was pleasantly surprised. It was some they were all like really high quality posts too. I think there again, I need to finish the ZDI one, but just looking through like what they're doing and using like the possible values analysis, and like that's really pretty cool. So lots of good stuff people are putting out there. And next up will be one of our Binary Ninja basics, I think. And I wanted to look because I've got a couple of different topics. So I'm trying to let me see here. What's our next? Yeah, so some of the next Binary Ninja basics ideas we have are tags, SCC, log in the Python console. Window layouts I'm holding off for the obvious reason that those are changing. With 3.0, that's being worked on right now. And then types, which I don't want to use types. I don't want to do a basics on types yet, only because I haven't had a chance to play with the new APIs, and I want to play some more with the new 3.0 type APIs, because they are actually one of the biggest changes in the API refactor was that. So types I don't want to do, but cross references and searching, tags, SCC. I think, did I do cross references and searching last week? I'm trying to remember, or last time, 2 weeks ago. I might have. So maybe we show off the tags. Although I think Glenn had said he wanted to change up a couple things for that one too. Let's decide. Let's just say that to the end. Are you, Kyle? Are you interested in hopping back? And are we good to go on our next phase of it? Let's.
More or less.
All right. I mean, do I have to stall longer? Is the Cobra? So for context, everybody here, I'll turn your face on. There he is. For context, again, the plan today is I wrote up a little snippet a while ago on my current collection of snippets, and this I've got a to-do list that probably sometime pretty soon I'm going to finish. We're going to ship all of these snippets with the snippet editor itself. Like, there's no reason that this should just be a random. There's a lot of really useful just code examples and stuff you can do in Binary Ninja. Instead of living on a gist or gist, how do you pronounce it, Kyle?
I say gist.
It's like, what's the gist of it? Or so I think, like, but I feel like GitHub.
No, it's GitHub.
Yeah, exactly, right. So I go back and forth on that. But I think, like,
And it's a GIF.
it's a GIF and a GIF. It's a GIF-peg. Yeah, so this is not a good place long term for these things to live. And there's lots of good little like features and stuff in there that we should just ship in the snippet editor. So I'm going to move those to just be a part of the snippet editor that it will be able to include. But one of them is there, load Borland map. So as a refresher, yes, Josh, we have our special guest, Kyle. GitHub is where you get all the Chromo days. Oh, I like it. I like it. Yes. So and Kyle's actually he's moved too, so he's from a new locale. If you recognized his background is changed. So Kyle, who worked on the DebugInfo API, the whole point of it was when you have debug symbols, whether it be dwarf or PDB or any other kind of format where you have some extra information about a binary, you would really like to bring that into your analysis first. You don't want to like let Binary Ninja go analyze the file, try to find all the functions and all the code and create types and structures, and then after the fact be like, oh yeah, by the way, here's all the functions, here's their names, and here's their types. Because it's just inefficient. It's slower and you're more likely to have errors. Whereas if you just start with what's good ground truth data, you'll get much better analysis and faster analysis. So Kyle built the DebugInfo set of APIs, which basically lets you say, hey, I'm a DebugInfo thing. I can provide extra info for that file. Please create functions, create these types, do this stuff, and now let the rest of the analysis continue after it's got this information. And so I'm trying to remember, Kyle, are there public examples of it yet, or is this going to be the first one that's...
There's an example of it in the API, I believe. There's an example plugin for some dummy debug info.
Okay.
There's also a lot of examples in the API documentation itself.
All right, so let's go look into Python examples. DebugInfo, there it is. Yeah. And this is it's well documented there with the README at the top.
Yeah, started with an SI.
No, it's more the merrier, right? Yeah, so let's see. Let's just kind of look through this. Do you want to walk me through like the structure of a plugin that provides debug info information?
Yeah, so the basic structure is that you're registering two callbacks. One is whether or not a binary view is valid for your debug info parser.
That makes sense. It's
And
just like a
then,
binary view is valid for, right? Where you can be given a binary view and say, yes, I can give you some extra info, or no, I can't, right? Like,
exactly. So for a dwarf debug info plugin, you're looking for sections that begin with debug underscore.
so what's the
For
name of that
Borland, it
API,
might be
the
something
register?
else.
There we go.
Yeah, right there. And then your second function, parse info, just you are given a debug info object, which you are to populate, and a binary view to get the debug info from. And the rest is up to you.
And as a reminder, this feature only lives on dev, right? So
Yeah, it's not
it's not
in
in
the
the
lab
stable,
stable.
which means that if we want to look up the API docs, for example, we're going to go look at the debug info parser API docs. It won't be on api.binary.ninja, although we've actually gotten several requests, and one of these days we'll get around to like making /dev or maybe API/dev or something. Actually, that's a good question. What's the audience's preference between api.binary.ninja/dev or api-dev.binary.ninja or dev.api.binary.ninja? I kind of like dev.api. Kyle, what do you
I kind of like the API-dev actually.
like API-dev? Yeah, I'm curious what folks would prefer for that. I mean, yeah, I think not a subfolder just because it makes like links kind of more consistent and easier.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jacob actually recommends just I mean, so we already have Jacob for context. There's API.binary.ninja, right? Like that's already the current stable docs. We just want to add like a separate. And the other thing we actually could do too is have like a drop down where you can select versions. Like I know a lot of actually, yeah, the spot right here we already have the version.
You
Could
already
be
have the C++ there as well.
and C++ is there, although styling is, forgive me, I have sinned. It's kind of gross. But yeah, if this was just like a drop down list, maybe actually even then putting the version here, like slash 2-4-2846 or something like that. I guess dots are better probably. There's no reason that can't be anywhere else. So maybe having this where like you get redirected automatically to whatever the latest is.
I do like having a backlog of the APIs.
The old API docs. I mean, they're easy to keep around. Interesting. Yeah, so this is like the behind the scenes of making Binary Ninja. Like debate like what's the right way for this? Like, do we put it here? Do we put it? Yeah. Uh, several different options. So we'll see about that. But in the meantime, if you want to actually get the dev API docs, you're essentially just going to go to the GitHub, the Python, and then we can go right to the debug info. It's actually live inside of. No, it's got something. Yeah.
Dev.api is winning the vote.
Small sample size, but yes, I think it's.
I mean, these are all the customers that matter.
Ooh, look at that! You guys are special. These are all the customers who are in the right time zone and have nothing to do with this Friday evening. I mean, but yes, also the ones that matter. So yeah, so here's also the API docs in here too. So it's not quite as pretty and easy to cross link, but all right, enough stalling. Let's start making it. So I got my Binja. Let's bring up Visual Studio Code. Apparently I had two windows last time. I'm always afraid when I bring up like Visual Studio, like, oh no, what thing is going to be left over? Close window, close this. So let's make, no, let's just make a new, actually, wait, I did this wrong. Let's go to here. And code, we're going to call this map-loader. Maybe?
Yeah.
Let's do that. And is it hyphen or... I'm just going to call it. I'm going to get rid of it. I can't remember which one is the character that...
I believe it translates hyphens to underscores. So you name it with a hyphen, you can import it with an underscore.
Oh, is that what? Yeah, but then I know, but that's the thing is I don't remember which direction it is, so I usually just ignore it. Oops. Try it again. I didn't move window fast enough. All right, so here's maploader.py. To answer the question in chat, they are live. In fact, they should definitely be live. And so I just updated my my Binja. And let's see when it comes up. The debugger can't load because I'm using the new API. So that is correct. In fact, if you are also running into this, you can. I don't want to reinstall and uninstall it. Uninstall the debugger, and then I can just download the latest version of the debugger instead into your user plugins folder. That's the kind of the old way of installing a plugin, but it still works. And then if I restart Binja, I should have the new debugger. Oh, interesting. Binja viewer is not yet compatible with this. There might be there might be some changes for that one. NES has also been updated as well, so we might have to pull that. But we should have the debugger now. Yeah, so now the debugger loads because we got the latest one too. Oh yeah. Binja viewer hasn't been updated even for, wait, what? Oh wow, it's Qt5. I need to go work on that. I was just using that plugin. So this should be the new API. What's a good test for this? I'm trying to remember what were the good changes to check for in the new API changes. Well, that's the important bit. You see a bunch of type information, so we've definitely got the new API. And you can, so this is definitely the new API, because look at all that type info. So, and 2975. So, yep. I think that's RJ, I assume, based on the handle, but the Python console doesn't seem to match. So what are you using based on your Python console to determine that you do not have the updated API would be my question. Because it should be there. And actually, I kind of want to just for kicks while we're doing this, let's show off what it would be like to, and see, I'm stalling so you can find that input file a little bit more.
Oh,
okay, yeah. See, while I'm doing this,
I don't think I'm gonna find one.
It's fine. Maybe
I'm not gonna install Windows 95 right now.
just to build some Borland.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we may not be able to test our plugin then. So.
Well, I have an example map, but we won't be able to apply it to it.
Right, because we won't have the exe rather. So operate. That's a good question. Yeah. So like, here's the real question. Let's open BinOS, and let's us. Where to go? Give me anything interesting. I want to find some IL operation. So like here's an IL call with an argument. Yeah, let's take that. All right, so this is current high level IL, and give me the index, please, 13. All right, so let's call params, and we're gonna grab the first parameter, which is a constant, right? So dot operation. There is still an operation, so we're not doing away with that just because we're trying to keep, most backwards compatibility. Like we did, the original thing was like, don't be afraid to break stuff. So we redid things the way we wanted to, and then we went back and said, all right, now what like can we do to still make it like a little bit smoother and cleaner, even though like So we added aliases to things that where we had moved functions between modules, so the old import will still work. So we did like move things so they're better organized, and so there's better new ways of doing things. But most of the old stuff should still work. The goal is to make it not break too much. So like for example, on this one, I should be able to do is instance current well, not the operation, but just this part. So if this parameter, oops, okay, let's just type it out. Current high level IL 13.params sub 1. All right, if this parameter is an instance of a high level IL constant, I think. Let's see if I get that right. No. See, I don't know if it works as just the just constant. Maybe it does. Maybe Peter fixed it. Oh, he did. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. Yeah, so operation still works, but now you have a way nicer, cleaner method of doing. It used to be like a lot of old scripts. We would be like, oh, if the operation is of this type, or this type, or this type, or this type, then you knew it had a dot value parameter, right? Or it had a dot params or whatever other, because there's like multiple IL calls, and so, or there's multiple types of constant parameters. And so instead of checking for several different types of operation, now they're like organized logically into these classes. And so you can, or not classes, what's the right word? Well, there's subclasses, I guess, right? And so you can do stuff like this, like, is this current thing a constant? Cool. If it is, now I know I can immediately just do a dot value on this because it's a constant, and therefore it must have a dot value. So yes, some generators. Yes, so that is one of the big changes. Several things were changed to generators, and that's primarily a performance reason. Like it makes a lot of things significantly faster instead of just returning full lists. And so I think the Peter's benchmarking it's like 2 to 3x speed up if you just have like code that just iterates over all the IL, for example, in a binary and asks queries some question or does some operate whatever whatever you want to do over it. So it comes at a speed up, but the big difference is there's a lot more generators now instead of just like returning a full list right off the bat. So I think you would still. That's a good question. Uh, I think you would still use an IL visitor. The issue is just instead of like checking the specific operation of each IL instruction you're on or expression, you do the class comparison that way. But I don't know that for certain. That's a good question for Peter. If there is sort of like a new paradigm for that, um, I'm actually curious myself. In fact, I'm especially curious because I'm redoing all of our training exercises for the 3.0 API. Uh, I might as well plug that. Right? While we're here, our training class, which is coming up next month, and is been linked to from here, is along with Sophia from Marginal Research. Where we've got a lot of different exercises, and I'm going through updating all those exercises to make sure they're really using the new APIs, that they work, and that they're kind of like working with the new paradigms. So. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am the worst Vector 35 developer, which is why I get to do streams every week or every other week. But I still, yeah, our exercises in our training class in particular, we're gonna work and make sure that they match the good ways of doing things. Right. That's our goal at least. So yeah, so this is the new API, and you can do cool stuff like that now. So looking forward to seeing some other stuff come out of it. Yeah, real quick though, we were gonna look at the let's see if we can do it in less than 5 minutes. The GitHub Vector 35 community plugins. Did I spell it right? And which one were we looking at? We were looking at the diff BD viewer, right? So let's just actually grab this. And we're gonna go and again, I'm gonna uninstall the Binja viewer plugin from here. I'm going to restart Binja. And actually, I should have waited to do that. And now I'm going to... Wait, where did I do that, dev? Oh. Wrong place. There we go. Okay, so here's the plugin. So, so let's do this. All right, so we've linked it from here, and like this actually is not even been updated for any of the Qt6 stuff that's on. It's been on dev for a little while. So let's just, for kicks, let's try that. Or for Qt6. Oh, no, I just missed the errors. No errors appear already. Let's just restart. That was it. Yeah, it just loaded already. So let's open BinLS and let's PD viewer. Yeah, so it's there. So very cool. Yeah, that one didn't require any actual changes for the 3.0. That was ironically just the Qt6 stuff. And there's a little bit better pattern you could do here for like just do a try and then import it as either PySide 6 or 2. Or I think you can even do like import, like try import PySide 6, or you can do either way. And then accept import PySide 2 as PySide 6, and then have this stuff all work. That might even be a way to do it, or you can just individually do each one, which often you'll need to do because there's a couple of things that have moved around between PySide 2 and PySide 6. Yeah, just the NES plugin is not updated then. So yeah, so far porting seems not too bad. But there are definitely some cases that we're still working through, some plugins that still need to get fixed. All right, let's go back to our Borland map. Let's do that. So first,
Did you get that notification there?
oh, it's a notification. Did you send me a secret message?
No, I doctored up the Borland map for us.
You made a fake one?
Yeah.
That's fine. Works for me.
But with an actual binary, so
okay,
should be good.
All right, so actually, would you like to dev this and I stream your desktop, or do you want to walk me through it and you can shoulder surf?
Well, I've done it several times, so I think we should see what the experience is from the other side.
Oh, I thought you were saying so you'd be perfect to do it again. It'd be easy. All right. Okay, so I've got my... Let's first go back to my snippets. Where do my snippets go? Oh, random thought too. I don't know if folks on the stream don't know about this while I'm shilling things. Speaking of the training, you can buy stickers anywhere in the world for $5 from the Vector 35 store, just so you know. So like we ship stickers internationally. I mean everything else too, but like shipping gets really expensive for everything else. It turns out you can fit stickers in an envelope with an international stamp on it and it goes anywhere in the world, which is kind of cool. So let's go back here and yeah, let's just take our map function here and just throw it into our plugin. Okay. Wait, do I not have... Oh no, I don't have Vim mode in this. Hold please. This can't stand. Oh wait, I do. Why is it not working? I'm so confused. Oh, what's this mean? Oh, wow. Really? Oh yeah, how do I trust it? This is the new we won't run certain plugins in certain folders feature. Yes, please trust. Any plugin in my Binja plugins folder can already own me. So please trust this stuff. All right, much better. Now it's enabled. Now, oh, okay. Got my hotkeys. All right, so this is all kind of garbage code here, but let's just make this. And so I can currently it probably is, since it's meant to run as a snippet, it's just is doing all sorts of terrible stuff, like just directly calling log stuff. What did I do this for? Man, life choices. All right.
Maybe start with just a basic hello world and the framework of a DebugInfo plugin.
Yeah. Let's do. Let me just throw this into this function called parse map. We can just kind of hide it there, right? So now we've got, and this API has already had. Or do you just want to tell me the name of the API? I'm trying to remember the
For registering,
yeah.
debuginfo.debuginfoparser.register.
Import debug
DebugInfo, yeah.
info. Yeah, and then we're gonna do debug info dot register.
It's from the DebugInfo module, so that will be lowercase.
Oh, then I need to.
You might be able to import DebugInfo parser, the object.
Like this. Let's do it this way. Maybe. Is that it?
What did you import? It's debug. You're registering a DebugInfo parser. DebugInfo is the thing that lives inside a binary view.
So debug info. Oh, yeah, it says right there. If I can spell right. Import debug info parser, and then it's going to be debug info parser dot register, and I'm going to give it a description. I think I saw
a name, and is valid callback, and a parse info callback.
Okay, is valid and parse info. Okay, and so let's build our is valid. It's going to take a binary view, I assume, or a raw file actually.
Takes a file. Well, I think it takes a binary view. Yeah.
I can check this. Let me check the help docs.
Yeah, it takes a binary view.
Let's bring this up so we got them. Debug info parser. It's the register. Yeah, there we go. Class debug info parser. Which takes a binary view and returns a bool. So it'll be a binary view, but it won't be like a binary view with a lot of stuff. See, RJ?
So in this case, it's going to be the binary view of a text file.
Of a text file?
Because the debug info is stored in the Borland map, which is a text file.
Right, but we're going to open an exe, and that's the thing that we're going to say, yes, we can handle. And then we're also going to handle the exe if we also see like a .map file or something in the same folder, right?
Yeah.
So I think what we're doing,
it can either accept just the it can work a couple different ways. It can, if it sees a .map file in the same folder, or if the
I'm just going to do that,
itself.
right? So like file name is equal to bv.file.filename, and I'm gonna be really lame here and do map file is equal to file name 0:-4 plus .map. Do I have OS? I do. So what's how do you I'm trying to remember like the check for a file. There's an OS one for that, isn't it? No, os.path. Yeah, there's something like that. It's this. Yeah. That works. It looks like it works. Okay, so if os.path.exists map file. Well, let's at least, should we do any kind of parsing of it, or just we want to return true for now?
Yeah, you can just return whether the file exists.
I'll just do that. Okay, so we're gonna return true if we see a map file. Now we're gonna def parse info, and parse info takes
a binary view, the same binary view,
and a debug info object.
Yes.
So debug info and the binary view. All right. Debug info and the BB. All right. So we're gonna return true if we see a map file. Now we're gonna def parse info, and parse info takes a binary view, the same binary view, and a debug info object. So debug info and the binary view. All right. Debug info and the binary view. All right.
Come on, Jordan. Type annotations.
Oh man. You know, okay. I'm gonna do it because I'm really bad at it and I need to learn how, honestly. So let's fix this. So it's a colon?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? Okay, and I need to add. Okay, so I've got a binary view. We're gonna need a debug info. No, is it debug info parser or debug info? No, it's
Both.
probably,
You'll need both.
yeah, no, debug, because then this one's gonna be a debug info. This is a binary view. Peter's telling me to use pathlib. I do like pathlib. I do like pathlib, but
I
for
haven't used that.
so here's the okay. Let me show you because this is the neat thing about pathlib. Pathlib can do some really. I mean, it's kind of terrible, but kind of awesome. So pathlib.path, and that's the other thing. It's usually we just do like from pathlib import path, and you could do it like so like let's say file is equal to binls. Oh, these are Boolean map are only gonna be for executable files, right? Because otherwise my janky directory stuff isn't gonna work. Um,
Yes.
so
I have it on an elf right now, which is very not kosher.
that's fine. We're gonna call the elf.exe and we're gonna put a .map in the folder for now, as we test it. But okay, so here's the cool thing what you do with path. So path, and then you can give it any path file, whatever you want,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um,
Oh, interesting.
and then what you can do is you can do like this, and then just do like another like that.
Oh, that's cute.
So
I
like
like
it
that.
hijacks division to like just do like folder stuff, and you can do like essentially concatenation, and it works with strings, it works with other POSIX paths. So like you can do p, and then I could do uh, p dot exists. I can just do that. Yeah, like does this path exist at all? Um, and you can even can you do like extension stuff? So maybe I can have it do smarter. Oh yeah, is file is actually probably a better choice too, or is readable. Um, but read bytes. Oh wow, open the file in bytes mode, read it and close the file. What? I didn't know pathlib did that. Read text and read bytes. That's cute. Huh. Rename, replace, resolve. That's like, yeah, it does all sorts of good stuff. All right, so anyway, here we go. Yeah, so for this, I already had OS. I'm not gonna bring pathlib in, but I am gonna do annotations. I wanna be good here. And actually, you know what? Oh, here's a good question. Peter,
Uh,
I don't have Pylance or Pyrite set up for type annotation verification, and I would like to do that. Are there directions written up, or do you want to like leave me notes in chat? Because I would very much. I've been meaning to figure out what this process is.
yeah, Peter answered a good question in chat there too, which is we would love to support the 3.9 up type annotations. They're cleaner, they're faster, but we are still supporting what is it, 1604 or
No,
is
we're
it
on 1804,
2004?
right? 1804.
Oh yeah, 1804, right?
Yeah, I think 1804 is the latest LTS that we have to. How do you spell pyrite? Is it Right? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's install pyrite, and let's see how it does here. Let's close this. Pyrite has detected the Pylance extension. I would like to subscribe to your service. Includes the functionality of Pyrite.
Peter's suggesting to use Pylance.
Oh, that is what I had installed, actually. I guess I already had Pylance installed. So let's uninstall Pyrite and let's leave Pylance. I guess. Wait a minute. Why does it say detected the Pylance extension is installed? I don't see it here. Oh, it is installed. Yeah, Pylance is installed and enabled. Okay. Oh, wait, what did I just do? Don't do that. I want to give me your insights here. Add from. No. I don't think I should have to do that. Do I actually have to do that?
No, you shouldn't.
Check my problems window. Okay, so where
I
is
mean, try running it as it is.
there? Well, let me first let's do this. The parse info should do a uh, from binary ninja.log import log error log debug. Do I use log info anywhere here? I do. Log info, and then let's.
Oh,
Oh,
is there a typo there?
yeah, there's a debug. Debug version. Okay. Log info.
This is very small debug info.
It's a no.
The
This
little
I
info
want
parser.
I want the debug. I want the big debug info. All right. So now if I restart my binge, let's see if we get our plugin loaded. Loaded map loader.
You know, I made the big typo early on. We decided just to run with it, ship it.
You know, it's fine. People will get used to it. Yeah, Brinley also pointed out that we do now advertise Slack itself in the product lately. I forget when I added that a couple weeks back, but yeah, a lot of people are only running stables actually, and so they're definitely a large percentage of people that won't see this until we do the next release. But all right, that NES plugin one is annoying me. That's already fixed. I think we just have to uninstall. Oh, I need to pull. I've already got it. Oh, it's literally just copied in. So if I actually pulled and refreshed it, it would get the latest one, but let's just restart Binja. Okay, so Binja's started, map loader is loaded, and now if I create a file, nine, 10. Excuse me, how rude. All right, so if you have a file that I can test on, let me
Yeah, it's in the Slack channel.
bring that in. All right. Except I don't want to call it functions.exe for terrible reasons. Where'd my files window go? Actually, can I just do, I think I can do this, xdg-open dot? Yes, I can. Okay. So let's grab these files and bring them in. Nope. Yep. Okay.
Then you're going to want to rename that map file. Yeah.
Make Borland to functions.exe.map. Or functions.map instead. We could actually, maybe, you know what? Let's do it this way, and let's make our plugin work that way. That's probably more consistent and better for cross-platform support anyways. So we can just get rid of this. Oh, man, but now pathlib is really nice, so let's fine. All right. So then we can just do... wait, we don't want a forward slash though, so actually maybe that is...
Yeah, we're just appending a dot, an extension, so...
Is file?
No weird slash things.
Let's see, is that gonna work? Maybe I've made it. Is... Oh, it's underscore, okay. All right, so... Is file, map file is file.
So what we're doing right now is we're taking a snippet that Jordan made for importing Borland map files, which is a type of DebugInfo. We're taking it from his gists. His gists.
His gist. I have a collection of a bunch of little binary ninja scripts that oftentimes when somebody asks for a new feature or something, it's not worth building a major change to the product, or we don't want it to be a default, or it's not worth the whole full plugin, but you can do a lot of stuff with like just little API snippets. So there is a snippet editor, which, wow, that was fun. Oh, I already had it here. I already had it loaded up here even.
Nice.
Look at that. So the snippet editor is a plugin you can install, and I have a bunch of these just general like useful things. This one is a little bit big for a snippet, and it has some parsing for this particular debug file format. And Kyle built a new system so we can load these before the binary is parsed. So it'll make the analysis more accurate and faster. So we're testing out this new system by converting my junky snippet code into a real plugin. So first thing we do is we say, is it valid? And we return true if there is a .map file that matches the name. Actually, let's just try this. Let's just see if it logs. Wake up. Come on, VM, you can do it. Ooh. That was slow. All right. So if we open the .exe, we should get a log info that our... Uh-oh, I don't see it. So did our log...
A log info?
I think that's what I did. Yeah, we should get parse info called, right? So something about my logic here is not succeeding. It's like we can test it real quick. Let's just do it one by one. It's my DebugInfo. Wait, what? Oh, Linux and your many copy-paste buffers. Please, no. Where'd it go?
Oh, wait.
Wow, that's quite the right-click menu. Somebody needs to tell VS Code to clean that up. Our right-click menu was a topic of much debate inside the company. Yeah, I should make it a log info. So file name is there. File name plus .map. Oh, well, that's one problem. Is I can't just append, make a new file name. I think, see, okay. Pathlib is maybe not the best. Full name? I need like something else. All right, I'm going to Pathlib is not the best for this task. Okay. So let's try it again. And oops, I forgot. I was going to change this to a log error. I agree with Peter. That is what I usually do when I'm testing something.
Yeah, I like it screaming at me so I can see what I'm doing.
It's just you can scroll through faster when you see that it loads.
And you can run it from command line with -E and just get your errors on the command line.
I'm not seeing it. We have a bug. Hold on. Okay. Oh, is it doing? Well, let's see.
Yeah, you did add it to your plugins.
I did.
It's loading.
It's loaded. Yeah, it showed it. Map loader. Map loader is loading. So file name is equal to file name. Map file is equal to file name plus .map. Import. It's already imported. os.path.exists map file. True. This should be returning true.
Oh, there's a setting to enable parsing and applying DebugInfo.
It's not default, is it? Good.
Not yet, no.
There we go. All right, so our plugin was not actually being loaded. Well, it was being loaded. The callback was not being called because DebugInfo was not there. All right, let's restart again. Yeah, exactly. They're like VS Code's menu. Where's all like the submenus? This is garbage. You can't find anything. It's too hard. Okay. All right. More trolling. So, do we get a red error?
I'd love to read the comment thread on that PR.
All right, now we're parsing. So we are properly we recognize that there's a map file, we're parsing it. So now we need to actually do the stuff that I had up here, basically. Actually, I can call this, let's just do this instead. All right, so parse info, and let's get rid of this log. I guess we can still keep the log error. All right, so we already have a map file. Right, let's just take our logic from over here, and we could do something fancier, like put this in like a class variable or something and save it, or whatever. Let's just do this again, because we already know it exists. By the time we're called, we don't have to get anything fancy. And look,
I'm not sure that I formatted the file completely correctly here.
All right,
Just pop it open. If you have any recollection of what map files.
I wrote this so long ago, I have zero idea. Functions.exe.map. I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, so I just added a handful of functions in there.
Okay. Should this be like this, maybe? Well, let's see. Let's see how my code does with it right now. So we're going to get rid of this get open file name input. This would have popped up a dialog box before. We'll leave this because this will actually... let's actually like air out what the file is if we don't parse it. And if we do, also, oh no, tabs spaces. Is it true that Binary Ninja is made by a bunch of CTF players? I think that's generally true. Not everyone, but certainly the majority of us. And it was very originally a CTF tool. Like there was an old Python version of it a long time ago that was for CTF. So we're all a bunch of has-beens. Not all of us. Only me and a few of the other guys are has-beens. Several of the team are still active. Yeah, and every now and then we still get to play CTF. It's basically what Peter and a few other folks did for the last few days. In fact we plan to play Flare-On as a good excuse to test our tool, and so we're all gonna do Flare-On coming up. We actually have like a team that won't show up on the scoreboard because we're not doing it to be competitive, because we're sort of cheating by like having everyone work together. But we just want to be able to test our tool with it. So we're gonna be doing that for the upcoming Flare-On competition. But yeah, we have a very strong CTF background. I have played in like 9 or 10 DEF CON finals. It's just been a hot minute since I have some black badges floating around somewhere. But yep, we definitely did do a lot of CTF. And we actually also ran Ghost in the Shell code for several years as well. And so like the Pony Adventure, Pony Island stuff, Rusty, one of the other co-founders. So Peter, Rusty, and I are the three main founders of Vector 35. And Rusty, who built Pony Island, we used to build all sorts of stuff for Ghost in the Shell code. Back when we had not a company, but more spare time to play CTF. I would like to get back to that. I think we need to do more CTF again. Oh, this should be in here. That was right. Yeah, Gits was fun. Nope, none of us are PPP. We've got RPI Sec. We've got what was Osiris Labs. We've got
NYU Sec.
Has NYU Sec, is that the official name? Okay, and then which was Kyle's alma mater. We've got Ghost in the Shell code organizers. We've got Men in Black Hats, Veda Gods, Team Awesome. Most of the names you probably wouldn't represent. Several RPI Sec though. Yeah. Hate Saturday was probably the one that we played the most under.
contribute to Seesaw pretty much every year.
Yeah, we've been helping like make challenges at Seesaw every year. Which reminds me, I hope y'all getting ready for Seesaw. Is that already started? It starts soon.
Might start in like 3 hours.
Well, see, good. This is a nice little warm up. You all can hang out on stream before that. All right. So that's gonna do that. So basically, the only thing I need to change is, oh, and this will be interesting. Do I need to change any of my symbol code stuff?
For the new API.
For the new API, this very well could change. So let's just see here. So,
Well, are you planning to convert the whole thing, regardless of what we have in our example? Because we won't be able to test, symbols, function symbols, but not like data symbols or anything.
I don't think we have any though, right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll convert it because then if anybody ever wants to use it, it works. What is with this inconsistent formatting here, Jordan? Need a good code linter. Okay, so we've got things that we're gonna have to change are this remove a function. We should never have to remove a function
Correct.
because this whole get functions containing and the make new thing, all that goes away because the way that we're being run now is we're gonna just say where the functions are. So let's comment this out and say create function in DebugInfo object. So we're gonna have to figure out how to do that. And
Seesaw actually began 2 hours ago.
oh, it's been going for a while. So let's see. All right, this one. Oh, and then we're also just gonna create symbols here too. So we need to. There's gonna be an add call here, right, where we're gonna add the symbol at the very end. Yeah, so this create user symbol. This is also convert here. So that is converted. The rest of this is all just parsing out symbols, which is fine. But this, however, won't work, right? So this is get function at. So this is renaming an existing function, right? So we're saying there's a function already there after our analysis happened, and we're going to create. So what we want to instead do is.
Well, we won't need to overwrite existing functions.
Yeah, so there's apparently. Oh, that's right. There's these weird. They have like. Call. Yeah, this is annoying. The way that they. In fact, let's look at your. I'm remembering a little bit of the format now. Where did your stuff go? There's this other syntax that like they in the symbol it has like arrows of what the direction is. Is it a function that calls or is called by or and it was kind of weird. So let's see. So this also needs to be so yeah, we don't let's say that yeah, exactly. It's looking for callees of this address. Current function hasn't been initialized. So like this logic is going to have to change, right? We're not actually going to check for callees because none of them will exist. Call to a function with a name destination. So the symbol is this. It's a function symbol. I think we could basically just do, yeah, we're just going to do this in all cases, right? On our DebugInfo object.
Yeah. You'll add a function.
Yeah, this whole type I think in particular is weird. I think we have everything we need with this one. So for now, let's just nuke this.
Okay.
Because this is the really screwy one where like it's not giving you a symbol to a call. It tells you every cross reference to a function essentially, right? Like here's all the spots where that function is called, and we don't really need those. Like Binja just needs to know where the function starts are. So I think we can just do this. And then we only have two new things essentially. We have this one, and we have this one, and there's memory segments.
So I didn't include any memory segments in the Borland map, but you would create them exactly as you did before, since that's not part of the debug info object currently.
Oh, that's fair. It doesn't need to be because, yeah.
Yeah, you can create them before analysis starts, and
Yeah. So in fact, actually,
okay.
where are segments? Is this literally just? Yeah, this is segments is empty. It's gonna yeah, so it parses all the segments first. Yeah. I think they're supposed to be organized under each segment, like you would put a list of. I think it's supposed to have the segments. And that's how this parsing worked. I wish I remember where I had. I mean, I had a file to test this on.
I had another example file that came from a blog post, and the difference there was it did include all the segments, and then the functions were more indented, but none of the arrow stuff that you have in here.
That's fine. The segment. So I think right now, if line starts with 0, so also. Oh, it does strip first. Okay, and then if it starts with a 0, we split it. A colon. Okay, so these are all in the first segment, essentially, we're saying. That's what this one said, that just those virtual addresses. Okay, so this should still work. I think yeah, I think we're doing okay. So let's go ahead and finish the yeah, we're gonna nuke this code as well. I don't think we need that either right now. Oh, no, we do kind of need it. Yeah, that we do assume that the segment mapping exists. Let's just assume there's only one. Well, I think if we fix the... Dude, can you Slack me like the format of one of that one that has it, and we'll set it up for this particular file. Because I think
Segments?
we do need one segment that has...
Yeah, I'm putting it together.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go... Let's see. Let's first we have got a. Let's see if I can figure this out. This will be a good test. So this takes a debug info object. So let's actually go back and look at the help docs for a debug info object. Class debug info, not parser, debug info. Okay, I'm going to read the docs here. Hopefully this is visible on stream.
I think Borland maps have a concept of external sections.
Types from parser. Oh, that's cool. You can pull type information. Types. Functions from parser. You're going to give it a string.
Yeah, so there's the APIs for pulling information out of a debug info object, and the APIs for putting info into a debug info object.
Mm-hmm. So add function. There we go.
Yeah, so all the add underscore
so
functions.
add function, and I pass in a debug function info, which is down here. So I need to make a new provide only what you know. Binge will for everything else. Right. So I don't have to give it anything except for the address and the name. I can just give it a raw name probably in a bit. It figures it out.
You don't even need to give it a name. You don't even need to give it an address, but then it won't be applied.
Well, I know a name, so right. I'm in this particular case. I mean, um, so here. So I'm going to create this function. So actually, I don't even need any of the symbol stuff either, for that matter, right? Well, I do. I do. I'm going to take the. I don't need a symbol type, but the symbol itself is going to be the function name. Right. So here, what we want to do is we want to do a debug info dot add function. Actually, here. So new fn is equal to debug info function. Is that what it was called? Debug function info. Uh-oh. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, debug function info.
Yeah.
So debug function.
I just sent a new.
I saw that.
Cool.
It's got all the segments. I think actually that's not. So wow, that's those are sections, not segments. And despite the name, I think this only.
No. Yeah, those are sections.
Yeah, I need segments, and in particular, the segments are numbered. So the address offset, the thing before the colon in the address field, is actually the number of the segment that it's in. So make sure whatever the first segment in needs to be where all the code is. Whether that's that data or if this is an elf, right? So all right, we're gonna create a new debug info object and new function dots. Let's see. Should we just create it with this stuff, or how are we gonna see? So frozen class. Okay, so are these? Oh, I don't know how this works. Help me with my Python. So this here, are these all things I can initialize it with, or do I?
So this is part of the refactor. I actually haven't seen this yet. I presume you
Short name equals under the initializer probably. So address and short name. Let's try this. So address colon adder and raw name colon symbol, short name colon symbol, full name colon symbol.
not colon equals, right?
Thank you. Sorry, I'm not doing type information. Right.
So the first section has to be the code.
Correct. Or you have to change that 0 to whatever segment number that's short name, full name. Okay. So I think that's all we have to do. Oh, and then I have to add function, new function. Okay. That should add our functions. And now I also can define user symbols. Okay, so there's a symbol type, and an address. Let's go look at symbols. The word symbol does not appear in DebugInfo. How do I create a symbol with a DebugInfo?
Like, what kind of symbol?
Let's say I've got a data variable or...
Add data variable.
Oh, okay. So let's see, what's... Well, yeah, so it defaults to a data symbol. And then if it's here, it's a function symbol. Otherwise, yeah. So I don't need to. So how do I want to do this? Let's do this. Oh, no, that order matters. right? Because I'm truncating and changing it based on whether it has each of these kind of markups. Yeah, so okay, I'm gonna not do this for now. We're just gonna create the functions to see if that works. Just create an import. Okay, oops, what did I just do? Yep, delete that. Delete that. We're not gonna create to do create data variables if not a function symbol. Oh, that's how I could just do it too, right? So I could just do if sim type is equal to symbol type dot data symbol. Then I need to do something here. Then I would need to, sure, we'll keep the count. So I would do debug info dot add data variable.
I believe so.
Looks like it. Okay. Now, add data variable though takes an address and the type. It does require a type. I could just guess. I could just give it like void or
Yeah, you can just give it void.
and then name. So address, type, and name. All right. Add data symbol address. And then actually, I don't know how to do a void type in types.void. Can I do this? It's probably the new API refactor. I wonder if Peter's still on and can let us know that. I think he's actually also working on the help documentation for it. So how do I get... well, here, let's do this. This is also, again, those offline API docs. You can just do that to get them here. Oh, I full screen that. That's... I couldn't see my menu before. So types, let's go look at our types. Oh, it's literally just void builder. Yeah, void type. Okay, void type. Cool. Void type. So void type. Do I need to give it a... That should be all we need.
So trying to create a void type or void builder complains that it needs a handle.
So actually, yeah, I guess I could do debug info.
Yeah, you can do types uppercase type dot void like you used to be able to.
Type.void. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So, but that's from types import types. Type singular.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. All right. So there we go. Functions and symbols, which we're not even gonna be able to test because we're not doing that anymore now. And memory segments. Okay. So maybe we'll now find out what all of our errors are. All right. Yeah, I haven't run that in a while, so there gonna be bugs there. So let's grab our files. Let's pull the new function.exe.map and overwrite it. Yes, please replace it. And let's restart Binjo. Let's open functions.exe. Okay, well, nothing broke, but it also didn't name our functions yet. So, oh, wait, something did break. There it is. Okay, so the format of our, yeah, let's see. Let's load the file again.
Yeah, everything's in hex.
Oh,
Is that the new file?
I've probably not. No, so int 16 should work, right? Let's see. Wait, what is it? Well, it's doing it on the wrong column, right? So it's doing it on inter instead of or interp.
Well, no, that's correct because you need to download the new map file.
I did.
The third field is supposed to be a.
This is the new one, isn't it?
I just sent a new one.
Oh, a new one. Oh, the extra new one. All right. 2, 5. I always lose track of Windows. All right. Let's try the new function map. Replace. Oh, there we go. Are they? Is that really where the elf is? Let's find out. Oh yeah, those are reasonable looking.
Yeah, I skipped the elf header and I just went straight to the code section.
Yeah. All right. Funk. Now it's trying to scan the word funk. It shouldn't do that. So it's trying to still scan. How does it know when to stop scanning the segments? If line starts with 0.
It starts with a space.
Well, but it's stripped right here.
Oh, okay.
So how is this supposed to not... How does it switch into this list normally in a map file? Because it's not how this is behaving now. Let's just do it.
You should be able to key off of the address. Keyword.
Well, actually, I'm just gonna do it if it has a colon at all.
Okay.
Can I do? It's just that find, right? Yeah. It's greater than or equal 0. Okay.
Or just colon in string.
In, that's right. Yeah. In is a little cleaner. So if the line starts with if not colon in, well, and colon not in line, right? So if it starts with a 0 and it doesn't have a colon, it means it's a I think everything. I'm so confused. Yeah, I need to find one of the real files that I parsed. Something. So because
Yeah, what you're parsing here looks different than the example I was able to find.
yes, I think that's what I'm. So let's do this. We just want to see the debug info is working. So I'm gonna make I'm just gonna get rid of all of this, and I'm gonna only have the mapping contain this.
Fair enough.
All right. And we are going to, this will not be a real Borland map anymore.
If it was before.
Yeah, it was before. I'll dig it up. It was actually in response to a tweet that somebody I think asked about it. And I was like, here you go. So I think I could probably find it again. But this is the not Borland map version. And it is going to do nothing with segments. And it is going to just start reading and doing stuff directly. Right? And it's going to not do anything with new memory segments or make new records and do all that stuff. It is going to pull in, okay, the also our line contains It's going to split on space. Okay. And then the first thing is to split in the right, and it's going to get hex. And okay, so that'll plot that value, right?
Yeah.
And the symbol is the stuff at the end of the line. Yep. Okay. This actually looks close. Now we'll find out what the next bug is. Let's see. The segment's right. It's just offset for now.
Yeah.
Because we don't have any virtual offsets. There's no segments now. Okay. Symbol type's not defined. Yep. From binary ninja dot enums. Import symbol types.
Yeah, I think so.
Enums that symbol type. Could just be lazy and do star, but it's always nice to be explicit and clean. Okay. DebugInfo, there's no add data symbol, so I typed something then. DebugInfo, add data var, add data variable. Oh wait, add data symbol or add data, is there add data symbol?
No, there's data variables.
That's right, just data variable. That's right, and this is the address of the void. Yeah, variable. Okay. And for those of you who don't do a lot of plugin writing, I've got like my restart Binja just bound to a hotkey. Oh, wait, I don't see an error. But I also don't see function names. So let's see. Okay, updated. Oh, 6 total symbols. Okay, so let's see. BV.
If you scroll up, it says adding 0 data variables from DebugInfo, adding 0 functions from DebugInfo.
Oh, I did this twice. Why did I do it twice?
No, it's just telling you the...
No, it did twice.
Oh.
Unless did I open the file thing? I restarted. I opened. It does do it twice. I don't know why that is. Yeah. But yeah, so it's loading in the symbols, but it's not seeing them as, oh, because my function stuff needed to see that arrow thing. Again, yeah,
Oh, because it's valid for both the raw view and the elf view, I think.
Oh, that's
the raw elf
right.
And then the elf.
Well, we only have functions for now. So again, we're really paring this thing down to the heart of the matter. So we are just going to do that. We only have symbols.
Check your raw view, actually. No symbols, okay.
Well, not there. It would be in the functions. It would be, yeah, in text. I don't see.
Well, it should be in your symbol list on the left.
That's a good point, too. Where are we going? So we're just going to create functions. And let's see if we created functions. Ah, require, oh, these are all required positional parameters.
Return type parameters.
I thought you said I have to provide them. Can I just provide them as none? Is that the idea?
You didn't used to have to, Peter.
Peter, all right. Well, this is where we're testing out yeah, these should be optional.
Yeah, they should all be default none.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Actually, that makes sense. Just having a default there would have done it. Okay. So, but they're positional and they're okay. Well, let's just do this. Copy. Or you might want to message Peter. I don't know if he's still watching. Oops. Or honestly, probably just.
It'll be a good exercise to look at it myself.
To land it. I was gonna say, yeah, I know we all need more practice with the new. All right. So this part will not have to be done. I can type none. He's here. Cool. Yeah, short summary is these are supposed to be optional parameters, and they're not anymore. It's a part of this new. I definitely also would like to learn more, Peter. I would like to subscribe to your newsletter about how the
object works.
well, yeah, the new classes where it's like a was it frozen data class and then has just stuff defined here. Yeah, see, these are all optional. These are defined as all optional, but the API. But when I tried to call it without those, it yelled at me. It told me missing 5 required positional arguments. So that seems like that's not intended. Let's see if this works. Calling convention. So, okay. Let's see what that does.
Forging on.
Updated. Oh, hey, look over here. Well, I have the wrong name, but we made functions. Okay, so let's figure out what got in. So what got symbol?
It's just not getting the first 2 characters.
Oh, symbol equals symbol 2 colon. It's rather. It's. I don't know why. Oh man, this is some serious copy pasta here from like bad. Yeah, I just think I need that. Right? All right. I think we're done. Let's see. Let's see. Yay! Function 1 dot dot dot. Oh, why does it get a dot dot dot? Oh, what? Oh. Hold on. I did so let me just set raw name and short name we'll set to none. Full name none because I think there's some different behaviors there. I've never really played with that because I'm so used to just using one name and letting core figure it out. Interesting. So I've got this dot 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 on the left. Oh, and main got name too. What gives something? Let's see. Current function dot name. Oh, there's a new line. That's all it is. That's what the dot dot dot's getting rid of. Okay, so.
So you just need to strip that.
Yeah. Yeah, and the only thing we need is, but you are right though. So the DebugInfo API does the right thing here, no matter which one of these you give it.
Mm-hmm. And set everything for you.
Well, they don't need to be set to none if they're actually optional. Like the problem is, I don't want to set these to none as necessarily. Or is that what you mean by if it's an optional thing, you have to also set it to none?
No, you shouldn't need to specify the equals none.
Right, but like in here is the answer in the API. Should it just be short name optional equals none or something like that? Like I don't know how you said default in this style of.
Oh yeah, me neither.
Class initializer.
Haven't seen it yet.
Ooh, he blames you for not having a unit test. Although you did have an example.
I do have an example. It's just not in the CI.
It should be in the unit tests. Yeah, this is true. I would have caught that. All right, so let's see.
He did ask me to add them though, so.
Oh, no. Something else happened. What did I do? Strip is not defined.
Oh, dot strip?
Like that? No. Oh, yeah. Right.
No, strip is yeah.
Yeah, it's on a string. Right. So.
Sorry, I'm a little behind. I'm watching this stream.
Oh,
it's actually better quality than the
the confidence monitor. Yeah, okay, so it is foo : optional and it equals none. All right. There we go. Func 1, Func 2, Func 3. Okay. All right. We have a working, except now we need to find a real Borland map file and figure out how to actually make this work. The parsing is, and also my snippet code was real bad. There was some serious
weekend project is getting Windows 95 to work.
There you go. Run it in VM, so excellent.
No, I think I should install it natively.
Oh, you're just gonna what do you need live on the edge? You can relive what my high school experience was like.
Roller Coaster Tycoon with the 1080.
Oh man, play you some Dune 2000 or something maybe. Actually, that was a little bit later. That may have been 98. So, all right, I am too tired to do a basics, I think, today. So thanks everybody for hanging out. Before we shut down, any other questions, any other comments? Just kind of giving you all the you know the overall plan. We're nearing in like the last month of the 3.0 features. So the remaining things you can see on the issue list. Ooh, it's nice and big. That's readable. So here's everything for 3.0. There are currently 21 things. And Stack View I've seen. Ooh, it is actually coming along. It's just getting some final bits of polish and fixes. But that should land real soon. UI enhancements, this is like the mega thing, right? That includes all sorts of stuff. We've already got the sidebar. Actually, I can't check it because I'm not logged in, but this is already done. Reflection view, yeah, this will be, yeah, these last two are pretty big though, and there is even a chance that we push back the release because of these, because this is really important. We want to get all these things in synchronized split views. Being able to have single function view, I think, was even one of them. So there's a bunch of stuff associated with that. Yeah, this one here, that's also tagged for it. A lot of these are all these are all related just to the UI enhancements. Are all kind of like sub issues. Couple of bugs. The API auto formats. This kind of got done. I think this is somewhat done, right? We just need to land that. Cough support is also in a PR waiting to be reviewed. So that one's landing as well soon. Yeah, so it's still a decent sized list, but again, I think we've made pretty good progress on a lot of these. Oh, I totally forgot we've got combined Python console and log as a 3.0. Oh, that just means, yeah, it is fixing. I think it's fixing the vertical spacing of where the dock goes the width of it rather. Yeah, and the combined stuff. Yeah, like different tabs within there. So, and this is, yeah, this one is another one that's just sort of coming for free with the UI refactor. A lot of those are. So, home stretch on that. Hi, Michael, welcome. How accurate is high level IL? So all decompilers have flaws. I will just start off right off the bat and say that, right? Like no decompiler is perfect. I think we do a little bit better than Ghidra. I think we do a little bit worse than IDA right now. For x86 and ARM in particular, I think our other architecture support is better than IDA's, because IDA, is sort of like a long tail of their architecture support, just isn't as robust in the stuff I've looked at. But it's also been a while too, so I haven't done like a really recent comparison. They're always, pushing out updates. And even Ghidra, for example, recently added for loop support, right? They didn't even have in the 9.0 series, that just landed in 10. But in general, every abstraction layer introduces risk of errors, which is actually one of the main reasons why Binary Ninja has all the ILs, right? The reason that we show you low, medium, and high is because low level, we have very high confidence that this is actually a good representation of what the code does, because it's really just mapping. I mean, barring bugs in our translation of instructions and lifting of instructions, this is a very good model, and so it should be fairly accurate. Medium level IL, okay, now we're starting to abstract a little bit more. We're like inferring types, we're like getting rid of the stack, we're creating variables, like there's abstraction going on. And then high level IL, likewise, even more abstraction and constant folding and merging. And so every step you go introduces the risk for errors, but it also makes it way easier to read. And if you've got like, good markup and types and everything, like high level IL can look just beautiful, but you always have to kind of be aware that this stuff is inherently like an unsolvable problem to perfectly reproduce, to perfectly decompile something without like an oracle like debug symbols or something else like that. So that is a real thing.
And more colloquially, like these last couple of days of doing some full days of RE in Binja, there was only one or two instances where I had to switch down to a lower level IL.
Yeah, but we
because I was
did.
like,
We
that's
did, and it was like, whoa, wait a minute. We saw like we were looking at like an if statement that like appeared
yeah.
twice, and we're like, that's not possible. I don't trust this high level layout. But it was one of dozens or hundreds of functions that we looked at. I think where it
Yeah.
got like real weird.
So it's very rare where I find high level IL is doing something weird.
But it happens. Yeah, I mean that's something to kind of account for. Yeah, like that's yeah, to Peter's argument, like that's basically what reverse engineering is, right? Is actually it's getting type information, it's fixing the compiler output, it's turning the errors into correct representations. Um, it depends on the thing that I'm doing. And sometimes I'll do disassembly side by side with high level IL. Sometimes I'll do. It also depends, like if I'm writing scripts or something, I might use low level IL or medium level IL if I don't need some of the stuff that high level IL has. Because again, the same reason there's less abstractions going on, and I just want to do some automation, so I just need to be able to like query data flow, and I don't care about like the representation necessarily, and like you know accurately recovering control flow things. Well, in that case, then I'm going to go lower because I want to get something a little bit safer. Um, so it's there's no like one magic answer. It's gonna yeah, and as somebody else even mentioned, it's gonna depend on the architecture. Like our ARM is very accurate. Like there's been a lot of work into both validation and testing of our ARM lifting, and so I have a higher trust in maybe that architecture than say PowerPC, for example, or you know one of the other architectures. There's not quite the degree of accuracy maybe, but yeah, that's a good point. So if you have you know, some decompilation. These are very small functions. Let's open binls. So I've got my high level IL right for binls's main, which has like a giant switch statement on all the command line parameters. So you'll see it like matching a bunch of like where is it? You can usually see. Yeah, but again, like out of the box, like it just has a bunch of like unnamed variables. Part of reverse engineering really is exactly fixing that stuff up, creating structures, telling it's a you know a bunch of string arguments, hitting a on that, for example, so it turns into a string and inlines it. But like one thing you can do is you can do a debug report, which is right now unfortunately only in snippets. This actually I think there's a hello debug report. Yeah, there is a report. I just saw it there. Snippets. Oh, debug high level IL decompilation report. All right, I'm putting the name report in there just so I can remember it. All right, it's easier to trigger now. There we go. So this did it go? There it goes. So you can actually see how the debugger is, or how high level IL in particular does its thing. There's even another one for I think medium level IL if you look at the help docs for that same API. All the operations it's doing, so you can see what's going on and how stuff kind of happens. If you're interested in more of the details, but yeah, cool. Yep. Thank you for the question, Michael. Welcome to the stream. Cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. Sorry for uh, a slow programming day. I've spent a lot of time doing RE this week, and so I was a little brain fried from trying to do some RE on stream. So it felt good to actually write a little Python instead. It's good to see folks. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll be closing in on that 3.0 release. So looking forward to showing off a couple more 3.0 features and doing some more of the binary engine basics, and going from there. So thanks everybody. Oh, here we hold. Let me go back to Kyle. We get to wave. We get to wave goodbye now.
Bye.
Thanks everybody.
Bye.